anyone, my members are not in my group, or they haven't been exposed to my teachings. And one of the things I wanted to do was answer a lot of your questions and kind of show you um, a lot of stuff that on Zoom that, for example, my screen and everything, where we can just talk about whatever we want to talk about. I'm going to take the first 100 participants and that go with the Zoom. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description below. I'm basically going to leave that link there for you guys. I'm going to set this up for tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and set that up for tomorrow, and it's going to be at 4 p.m. Pacific. You will have the access code there. First 100 people will come in, and that's all I can take. And we're going to be answering questions, kind of showing you how we go about doing things. Tonight, I wanted to talk about some of the things that you guys should be doing in order to make that type of money. And you want to make sure that you are a good seller, and you want to make sure that you go out and do things that other people are not doing. And one of the things that I really have been proud of is quite a few of my members that have paid for my training are starting to see that now, starting to see the sales, starting to see that they have that potential of making that much money, now. And really, it's happening a lot earlier than expected. Usually, people start to get their checks, and they start to get their money from the IRS and spend a little bit of money. But there are more people staying home now, and there's more people out there that are spending money on Amazon. It's just plain and simple. So if you guys have a comment, if there's something that you guys want to talk about tonight, feel free to go ahead and put it in chat. I'll be more than happy to do a Q&A tonight also, along with that. Now, I want to talk about how Amazon works. Okay, I'm going to put eBay in perspective with Amazon. And for those of you that do sell on eBay, nothing against eBay itself, but Amazon runs their business a little differently. So you really have to know what you're doing when you are selling on Amazon itself. You really have to concentrate on products that you are selling. I'll use eBay as an example, where a lot of drop shippers will go to eBay, or they'll sell products or retail arbitrage. They do really, really well. Somebody who sells on eBay is basically going to go out there and sell a whole bunch of different products, and post a whole bunch of other listings and what have you. Amazon doesn't work that way. Amazon works a little bit differently, and I have said this over and over again, that they give you a small piece of the pie when it comes to making money on Amazon itself. So, in order for you to make, $10,000 a month selling on Amazon, or $20,000 or $30,000 a month, most successful sellers are usually selling a brand product, a product that it's theirs, their own. They're doing Amazon's FBA program, where they're sending products into Amazon itself. Some are doing merchant fulfilled, and some are doing quite a bit more. So when you are selling on Amazon itself, you want to make sure that you sell just a few products. And when I say that, I'm saying that because the way Amazon's algorithm works is you have to sell one product over and over and over again for your BSR, your bestseller rank, to go lower, so you can get on that first page. And when you're selling products on Amazon, you want to make sure that it is optimized. Your listings are totally optimized, because the more optimized they are, the better opportunity you guys have when you do your campaigns to be seen, whether it's an automatic campaign or a manual campaign. So when you look at it this way, it's no different than Google or Bing or anything else, any other search engine. The more keywords that you have in your listing, the better off your product is going to be found, and the better off your listing is going to be found. This is why automatic campaigns are very, very important. So when you first start out on Amazon, you want to start off with an automatic campaign. It would be foolish for you to start off with a manual campaign, because if you did that, Amazon will eat up all your money. In other words, if you put $100 in, then um, most likely that $100 is going to be gone fairly quickly, because you are doing manual keywords. And if you don't know what you're doing when it comes to keywords, most likely your budget is going to go extremely fast. This is why it is important that your listing is totally optimized. And when I say totally optimized, all the fields must be filled out correctly. If you're not doing that, then you're kind of just wasting your time and wasting your money. And this is one of the things I'm going to show you guys tomorrow. I will show you keywords and how to get that done, and I will answer a lot of questions on keyword research and everything else. So um, with that being said, you want to make sure that you have a product that is going to sell, whether that product is an everyday use, or that product is a unique product, or even a brand product. For those of you that are doing brand registry, it is good for you to sell those particular products and continue to sell them over and over and over again. Now, when a new person starts out, say a new seller, they start out and they're going to sell the products for the very first time, or they even open up a brand new listing, they're going to find out very quickly that if their product is optimized, if they have the right product or not, or if they're in a field that is so competitive that their product isn't selling. So you have to look at a lot of options. I look at some best sellers, and I'll answer your guys' questions in a minute here. I just want to get on this. Continue to put those comments in, guys. And so with that being said, I suggest anybody who's brand new to Amazon to make sure that they really know what they're doing before they even start Amazon altogether, because a lot of people make that mistake of getting into Amazon, not knowing what they're doing, and kind of playing it by ear, which is the worst thing that you can do. Because if you get your account banned or shut down or red flag by Amazon and you're a brand new seller, good luck. It is going to be hell for you. Just so you know, I made a video on how not to get suspended from Amazon, and I get a lot of reaction. I got a lot of comments on those videos, and so people are making those mistakes. They're sitting there and they're literally coming back for help and asking what they did wrong. And one of the things that I really try to emphasize is know what you're doing wrong. Because if you call me and I ask you that question, why did you get banned from Amazon? And your answer is, I don't know, then you are not doing your homework, because most people know exactly why they get banned from Amazon. They know what they're doing wrong. So a lot of times they just won't admit it. But when you are selling products and you're going out there and you want to make that $10,000 a month, right? So you are picking a product that look at the best sellers. And when you look at best sellers, those could really help you as far as what people are buying on Amazon. And one of the questions that I get asked all the time What sells on Amazon? Everything sells on Amazon, whether it's groceries, whether it's face masks, whether it's gloves, whether it's barbecue equipment, home improvement stuff. All that comes into play. And so, you want to really do homework on that. I use programs like Jungle Scout, and I go out there and I use programs ASIN Inspector Pro and a few other ones out there. Helium 10 is another one that I use. And I use all these software programs because that helps me kind of do my homework. And so I have a method that I give all my students and saying, you must do this, this, and this. And if you follow that method, then you should be successful selling on Amazon itself. Now, one of the mistakes that people make when they're selling on Amazon is they're selling way too much products to start out with. And one of the worst things that you can do is run out of product also. If you run out of product with Amazon, they're not very forgiving. They are going to put you in the back of the line, so to speak. And what they're going to do is you're going to have to work your way up to the front of the line when you are selling products on Amazon itself. I have people that have made their own product and they've gone other places and they're not doing that great. And a lot of it has to do because of how they created their listing or what they did in their listing or the keywords that weren't there or they didn't run the right campaigns when they did that. This is why I get here on YouTube and I talk about my courses and I talk about all that and so that only helps you out. So the people who have actually purchased the course are doing extremely well. And so I kind of felt like I needed to do a Zoom call. And I've done Zoom calls with my members. And so now this video is going to be for those of you that want to get on that Zoom call, want to talk to me, and I'm going to give you all the answers I can give you. If I can't give them to you tonight, sure enough, we'll be giving them to you tomorrow on the Zoom call itself. I'm only going to take the first 100 people. That's it. And then we're going to be on there. I don't know if I'm going to be on there for an hour or two tomorrow. It just depends how well it goes. But again, I'm going to leave the Zoom ID and all that information in the description itself under this video. And then you guys could just call in and I will accept you as it comes in. I will actually start, I will start having people come in around 3:30 p.m. tomorrow. And then at 4 o'clock, I will be starting. I have a pretty good feeling that it is going to fill up fast. And so if you can make it, I suggest that you do make it. And we're going to try to help you and kind of coach you forward for free, basically. And if there's any problems that you have, kind of help you with that, get you to be a better seller. And that's what it's all about. So, what time is the Zoom call? It's 4 o'clock tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. I will be taking people at 3:30 tomorrow. So to answer that question. Hi Lola, how are you? And Ken says Ken Keybet. Hi Henry, love your videos. Brandon says. Who do you recommend for a specialist on optimization? There you go. I have videos on how to optimize your listing. I have videos on keyword research and how to do your keywords right here. says, Ken says, are your products US made or China? Both. I have products that I buy from here. I bought 30,000 units from the US here. I bought 40,000 units from overseas just this week alone and getting that product sent in. But to answer your question, I have products that I buy here in the US, and I also have products that I buy from overseas. Um, Tiken says, will you have a plan to do a discount on your academy? No, I just have too many people coming in. If you want to come in with the lower package, do that. You can always upgrade. There's options for you to upgrade, and I treat you the same whether you purchase the $295 package or the $795 package. It doesn't matter. You can call me. If you're one of my students, I'll be more than happy to try to help you out best I can. Illinois Picker, when you finish up, I would like to ask you a question, Henry, if you don't mind. Can't make the Zoom call. I'll be at my regular job at that time. No problem. Illinois, just feel free to give me a call right after this. It'll be fine. I will answer that for you. B Dell, that's 7 o'clock Eastern time. Yes, it is. It is 7 o'clock Eastern time. James says, get the Amazon A to Z course. Will be worth the money I did, and I'm happy with it. Thank you very much, James. I really appreciate that. Now, again, for those of you who are just coming on and just seeing me for the very first time, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. This isn't over with yet, guys. If you guys have questions, just go ahead and put it in the comments themselves. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions and you know, get that taken care of. There's quite a few of you on here right now. I appreciate the thumbs up. Thank you very much. Thank you for the 2 that gave me the thumbs down. I can always depend on you to give me a thumbs down on all my videos. But I have a hell of a lot more thumbs up than I do thumbs down, so I'm happy about that. All right. Illinois says, all for those who are new, all of Henry's videos are great. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Now, information as far as making $10,000 a month on Amazon, there are a few things that you have to do. You have to make sure that you run your business totally different than you would, say, for example, like eBay itself. Now, eBay runs it one way, Amazon runs it a different way. Amazon will not give you a whole piece of the pie. So don't expect to make $10,000 in your first week of sales. Not going to happen. Don't expect to sit there and say, Henry, I want to give you $10,000 for a product, and I want this. I want to make tons and tons of money right away. Those people I don't even deal with, because I already know Amazon doesn't work that way. You have to build your platform. You have to build your account. You have to build your listings. All that takes time, but it's well worth it. Well worth it. I have several, if not many, of my students right now making well over $10,000 a month selling on Amazon itself. And that's because now things are just getting busier, and they're going to continue to get busier and busier and busier. Look, this is only April. It's only April. And this time, this is when Amazon really gets going. This is when they start making money for the sellers. But now I'm finding out it's taking off right now. Products that took off for me in June, that really started selling extremely well, and I'm talking about summer products, those are already selling. I am already getting people out there really starting to make money even on their summer products themselves. Now, a lot of people are going to get into these so-called masks, you know, start selling these, and they're making a killing on eBay right now. as far as Amazon, they kind of restricted that department. But if you go and you search for masks, they're starting to come in. People are starting to sell them now, and they're starting to sell them at a very, very high price. So those things do sell. Those start to make you money, you know. And when I talk about looking at bestsellers, I'm talking about any bestseller that you can possibly look at. You know, I look at products that are in categories that are less competitive. Not so much beauty, not so much um, you know, home and kitchen. You know, there's just too many sellers selling in those categories, and you want to get into a category that is really, really going to take off. Um, John and Isabel, welcome, welcome. The product of the month that you gave for your A to Z members, doesn't that cause us to compete against each other and flood the market? No, absolutely not. Listen, that is the beauty about Amazon. You can have thousands of sellers selling the exact same product. And let me get this through your head right now. It's how you optimize your listing. If I have keywords that you don't have, then my product is going to be seen. I'm going to give every single one of you guys right now one keyword that nobody thinks about. Nobody thinks about in their listing. And this is one of the popular things that a lot of experienced sellers do and a lot of new sellers don't. This is the type of information I'm going to give you tomorrow on this call on Zoom. And I'm going to talk about some of the things I've talked about tonight. But we talk about keywords and we talk about listings. There could be thousands of listings. It depends. What category are you putting it in? You know, are you putting it in a less category than some other people? Are you putting in keywords that other people are not putting in their listing? Are you optimizing your listing? Is your title only 50 characters? Is your title 200 characters? Is your title each keyword that's in there, is the first letter capitalized on every single word in your title? That is important. I'm going to give you one more people don't talk about. And this is a golden nugget. You have keywords, for example, I'm selling this mask, and my keyword is black mask. What a lot of people do not do, and they should be doing on their listings, is putting this black mask in Spanish. That's right, in Spanish. A lot of people don't do that, but there are a lot of people here in the US that speak Spanish, and they search for Spanish words. They may type it in Spanish. And guess what? The ones that have the listings in Spanish are the ones that are being found. Those are the ones that nobody, you can have 1,000 listings, and if that one listing had that word in Spanish, guess who's going to be found? Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So let me go to some of these questions here. So hopefully I answered your question there, John and Isabel. Thank you very much for coming on. I haven't seen you guys in a while. But no, it does not flood the market at all. You can have tons and tons of people selling products. It's how you go out there and create your listing. And some people put it this way, it's like a fingerprint, right? Not everybody has the same fingerprint. Not everybody is going to create a listing the exact same way unless they're copying and pasting. And that, my friends, on Amazon is a complete waste of time. If you copy and paste a listing, forget it. You have to have keywords that that are people are going to search for. So um, sometimes it's not best to sit there and copy and paste a listing. You might as well just piggyback off that particular listing if you're going to do that. So um, BDL says, hi, you say to start with 100 to 200 products. Okay, hold on one second. You say to start with 100 to 200 products, but top competitors are selling thousands a month. If my listing is optimized and I have great keywords, do I run the risk of blowing through my widgets? No, okay, first of all, that is the worst thing that you could do is try to sell I'm okay. Well, put it this way. Um, I think I know what you're saying. If it's 100 to 200 different products, no, you don't want to do that. You want to sell 2 to 3 products that are different. But if you are going to if you're going to sell one product and you have 100 units, and I think that's what you're getting at, is 100 units or 200 units, that's fine. You want to find out if that product is going to sell. And as far as blowing through my widgets, I don't know what you're talking about when you say blowing through my widgets. Um, I don't know what that means, but maybe you're talking about the keywords themselves or different types of keywords, what have you. I don't know. But there are a lot of options for you to put in many, many keywords in your description. And that's a lot of people don't do is they don't go out there and optimize their description to the fullest like they should be doing. So, when you want to make this type of money, when you want, thank you very much, M Worker, for the super chat, man. Really appreciate that. M Worker just put in $10. Thank you very much, M Worker. Thank you kindly. I appreciate that. B Dell says no, same product for my initial order. No problem. LOL. So when you are selling products, this is, like I said, very important that you concentrate on 1 or 2 or 3 different products and you want to sell those products and you create those listings for it. Widgets, products. Okay, got it. So, yes, you want to sell and just 3 products if you can and try to find some good ones. What you're doing is you are testing the market because one person could put it in, for example, they can put it in say home improvement, okay, and another person can say they're going to put it in industrial. You'll have less competition in industrial than you will like home improvement. For example, if you guys do a search for these masks right here, do a search on um, home and kitchen or any other competitive section, okay? And then go to industrial and find out how many of these listings are in industrial and how many are in beauty or how many are in home and garden. So it is a huge difference. And when I teach my members, I like to get them into the categories that are less competitive. You are going to get more sales by simply doing that, by putting it into a category. So when you do your own product, so say for example, you go out and you do a private label product. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to search in the categories. You're going to search for that product on Amazon when you are creating that listing. And one of the things that you guys should be looking at is looking at which field is less competitive, and find out what type of sales those people are doing in those categories. So, for example, you have tons of people out there that are putting stuff in beauty or home and kitchen, and and they're not doing as many sales because there's too much competition. But if you go into places like industrial, and I'm just using that as a less competitive market, you're going to find out that those people are probably making a little bit more money um, from their products, the exact same products. It's no different than you putting it, say, for example, in arts and crafts or appliances. The BSR ranking is going to get up a little quicker if you go out there and put it in these less competitive fields like appliance or jewelry or arts and crafts or what have you. Those you will find out that your BSR ranking, your bestseller rank, is going to increase. And say if you have a bestseller rank, for example, in beauty, and you have 30,000 as a bestseller rank, and then all of a sudden you start selling 5 products. Now your bestseller rank is at 15,000. It's no different than you having a bestseller rank at 30,000 on industrial, which is less competitive. You sold 5 products, but now your BSR ranking is 235. There is a huge difference because there are less sellers, less competition, and in industrial. So your BSR ranking is going to go just a little quicker when it comes to that itself. So hopefully you guys got that. Hopefully that helps you out. Um, Again, I wanted to talk about Zoom, and I wanted to talk about me doing these. I'm gonna do the Zoom for tomorrow, and I want to kind of continue with that. So, if you're watching this video and you missed the first Zoom or you couldn't get in or what have you, most likely I will put it in the description when I'm going to have the next Zoom on this video itself. So for those of you who couldn't make it in for the first time tomorrow at 4 o'clock, then there will be more opportunities, because I'm sure there's going to be tons of people coming on just because they can ask me that question or they can ask me what they're doing wrong. And even we're talking about optimizing listings or keywords or anything, what category you should be selling in, and so forth. I don't want to give out everything tonight, but Amazon was really big on selling books, but that was many, many years ago. Now their number one category right now to sell products in is grocery, because that's what people buy every single day. So the grocery category is extremely busy. But here's the thing. If you decide to go out and sell in category, just remember you are competing with Amazon. That's your competitor. If I was to sell in jewelry, or if I was to sell, for example, in industrial, I don't have Amazon as my competitor. I have other sellers as my competitor. When you're in electronics, your competition are overseas suppliers, because they can sell that product for a lot cheaper. One of the things that I really enjoy and really like right now is Amazon made it really tough to send your products into Amazon's FBA program. And I like that because right now You have listings on Amazon for products, and these products are not getting filled until May and June. If you find a product that you purchase and that product says that it cannot be filled until May or June, then what's happening is that product is coming from overseas, most likely, because all the suppliers from overseas can't get their products into Amazon right now. A lot of them are on the ships out there in the middle of the ocean. A lot of them are getting checked in, but they're on a waiting list. You can do merchant fulfilled right now and sell out. Sell out. I did over $25,000 worth of product in 2 weeks. 2 weeks time. Merchant fulfilled. And when I say merchant fulfilled, I was busting my butt for 2 weeks selling that product, trying to get it out, because I could not send my products into Amazon's FBA program because they are just putting it on hold. Even though my product is still there and it's still selling, and I'm not saying the products that are not in right now. If you had products in before everything happened with this virus, then those products are still selling. And as you will see, and most of you sellers out there will probably see that a lot of them are pending now. So you see a lot of products that are sold, but they're pending. So you can have 25 products pending, and that's just because Amazon has not sent them out to their customers yet. So it is good right now for merchant fulfilled. I suggest that if you can do merchant fulfilled, sell merchant fulfilled, get it out to your customer as quickly as possible. That is going to build your business. Like there's nobody business, because right now there are people that will leave you great comments if you get that product to them in 2 days or 3 days, and all of a sudden your reviews, you had 20 reviews on there, and in the next 2 months you have well over 100 reviews, because people took that time to go out there and leave you a nice review because they got their product right away. As one of the things that I take pride in is when I get an order, I get that order fulfilled as quickly as possible, and I get that order out to the United States Postal Service as fast as I can. I literally have my hands full of just products, especially over the weekend, sending them out to the United States Postal Service and just dropping them off in the bin. And then all that product is at that customer's doorstep in 2 to 3 days. I'm fulfilling that quicker than Amazon is doing right now. Amazon has a 1 week to 2 week waiting period just on people that are buying product, and they just don't have enough bodies in there to fulfill that. I mean, they're hiring a lot of people, but at the same time, this business right now for us, for people like myself, merchant fulfilled is a dream right now. I'm not even really thinking about sending a lot of my products into Amazon's FBA. And if you are at home and you are trying to figure out what business that you want to get into that's going to make you money, let me tell you something. I've been doing this for 13 years now, and I sell every single day. And right now, I can tell you, in the last 2 months, my business has grown 50% from last year. And that's huge. And so it is going to continue. I know it's going to continue. And this is where I come in and I teach people how to make money selling on Amazon. This is what I do. And so, if you guys want to, get in and hear what I have to say tomorrow, make sure that you guys get in early, because if you don't, sorry, you missed the boat, and then there will be a next time. But I appreciate all the thumbs up, guys. I really do. Hopefully, I can answer a little bit more questions. Okay. This is a great one right here. Dave D. What's up, Dave D? Haven't seen you on before, but welcome aboard. Um, why does Amazon kill you when you raise the price? My students know this. When you are optimizing your listing, when you are creating your listing, there are things that you cannot do on Amazon. One of the things that you must do on Amazon is create your listing right the first time before you activate that listing. Make sure all these listings are optimized. You go and you do that. So when you create your listing, you want to make sure that it's created right the first time. If you go in to optimize your listing, you change the price, you do anything like that, Dave, you are getting put into the back of the line. So guess what happens to your sales? Your sales eventually start to drop down. This is why people make 100 sales in one day and they make 60 sales the next day and they can't figure it out because maybe they changed something. Maybe they went in and edited their listing. You should not be doing that. If you are making sales and those sales are continuing, leave the damn thing alone. Do not touch it. If you do, you might as well grab your stuff, walk into the back of the line, and wait there like all the new sellers do. So James says, "How often will you offer a Zoom meeting?" James, it just depends. If I fill up tomorrow, I will most likely do some Zoom meetings for new people who aren't in Tech Daddy videos already, and kind of answer their questions. But to answer your question, I will be doing a Zoom meeting every single week with my members. With my members, you will have Zoom meetings every single week until they fade out, or people are back to work or what have you. But I want to set a schedule for members only for the Zoom meetings. And that's because I do give out the product of the month, so I want to make sure that you guys have questions about that. I can talk about the product of the month or what have you. And for the people out here on YouTube, um, you know if they decide that they want to come in, it's totally up to them. Or if they just, want to try to get some free advice, well, then, so be it. This is what I'm here for. Um, Dave D says, "Thanks so much, but costs go up." Of course it does. Cost goes up with anything. But the fact of the matter is, you can raise your price every 5 months if you want to. I do that. I just raised my price $1 on everything the other 2 weeks ago. I have not raised my price on that particular product for almost a year and a half. So I kept that at the same price for a year and a half. And then 2 weeks ago, because I was selling so much and selling it so fast, I raised the price and I made a little bit more profit off of it because the supply and demand were there. What's up there, Toma? Hi, hi, hi. How you doing? Taiken says, the product of the month, is it free? I don't get what you mean by that, but product of the month, what I do is I will give you a product of the month that sells, that makes anywhere from $20,000 a month to $50,000 a month. I kind of do my homework on it. I check it out. I check out all the keywords. I check out how many people are selling this particular product, and there's a lot of things that I get into when I look at the product of the month. I just don't say, "Oh yeah, this is a product of the month." No, I do a lot of research when it comes to that, because when I give you guys a product of the month, you have that option to go ahead and choose it, buy it, and you're buying it on your own. I don't have suppliers. I don't have anybody that I can say, yeah, you buy it from this guy like all these other guys out there do. They sell you old crap out there that doesn't make you money anymore. And if it does, it makes you very little money because there's so many other people selling it. I try to look at how many sellers are selling that particular product, what category it's in. There's a lot that goes into it when I give you that product of the month. That's why the product of the month is so successful, is because not everybody is buying it. If I give you a product of the month that's $10 per unit, there are going to be less competitors, less sellers selling that product because it's $10 a month. It's not 50 cents, a piece. So you have 2,000 sellers selling these 50-cent units, and you have maybe 50 people selling $10 units. And so, anyways, so you charge from your. Tika says, so you charge from your students? No, I don't charge. If you buy the course, if you buy the Amazon A to Z course, that is included in the product. That's included. Product of the month every month. I've been doing it for the last 2 years, since 2018, January. So you have all the products for January through December of 2018. You have the products for 2019 all the way through. And then you have the products for this year also. Illinois Picker says, fulfilled by merchant has never been better. I'm at 24K over the last 30 days, but realize the struggle is also real. This is hard work, and thank you very much, Illinois, for pointing that out. One of the reasons I love Henry so much is he keeps it real. Thank you very much. And just so you guys know, that's one of my students. He just got done telling you he's over 24,000 in the last 30 days. It does work. And if you do it right, if you focus and you do exactly what I'm telling you on my videos, on my Amazon A to Z course, you're going to make money. I can promise you that. If you do it right. There are a lot of people out there that try to get the information for free. So they're all over the place. And I call it information overload, because they're hearing it from this guy, they're hearing it from this guy, they're hearing it from this person, they're hearing it from that person, and all of a sudden they're like, this person said this person said that. And they're like, oh, where do I start? What do I do? You know how many phone calls I get from people like that? A lot. I get a lot of people that will call me, and they talk themselves out of doing something that is making people money right now. I've been into a lot of companies, a lot of multi-level marketing companies people try to get me into. They all failed. Because they're designed to. Amazon is the #1 marketplace in the world. This is why I've been here for 13 years. This is why I make money every single 2 weeks. I get a nice paycheck. And this is why I teach people like yourselves how to make money selling on Amazon. And you got guys like Illinois Picker here that just said he made 24,000. I got a person I just talked to in Turkey that is one of my students and is making money right now. And he's selling here in the US. And he's asleep right now because it's 4 o'clock in the morning. But, he wanted to be on. He said, well, I'll try to make it if I can stay up. Didn't make it. But, he was another one that sat there and basically said they make tons and tons of money selling on Amazon. Ransor says, sorry, I just logged on. Can a newbie still make a decent full-time income against all you experienced sellers? Hell yeah, you can. Yes, you can. If you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing. You're going to be making money like this. Okay? Just like this. This is what I don't like to do this. I really don't. But this is real dollars. real $100, I still have to put into my bank and get that taken care of. Okay? This is just one envelope. I have another envelope on top of this envelope. And I'm not sitting here trying to brag. I really am not. But you asked me that question. That question is real. Period. And if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what does. I mean, here's the thing. I could sit here and preach this all day long. I really can. But if you don't take a drink of that water, you'll never know what the other side feels like. That's why this video right here is how to make $10,000 a month selling on Amazon. This is why I sit here and did this video. And this is why I said, guys, if you really want to know, get into the Zoom call tomorrow if you want. Ask me any question you want, and I will try to answer that for you. And the fact of the matter is that there are a lot of other people making tons of money right now. Tons of money. But they're not going to give you their secrets. I wouldn't if I was them and I was sitting there and I had one product and I'm going, man, I'm making money off of this. I'm not telling you what this product is because I'm making all the money. The fact of the matter is I've been doing this for 13 years. I have 16 products that are #1 right now. And I only sell 34 products. That's it. That's all I sell. And so with that being said, it's something that you guys really need to concentrate on and really think about is what's the next business that is going to make me money. And I'm telling you, Amazon. You can, I love it when that. I love that question, Rand. I really do. Just because you're new here, and the fact of the matter is there are a lot of people that are new to Amazon and they're scared to death of making that mistake because they already know if they make a mistake and they don't do things right, they can get kicked off just as easy on Amazon. And once they get kicked off, that's it. Once they get red flagged, that's it. If they get a product and it gets taken out, or if your account gets suspended, and I don't know how many videos I've done of this where I've talked about suspensions on Amazon, and look it up. You can look it up on my channel. There are tons of people out there that are getting suspended from Amazon because they are not doing the right thing. They should be going out there and practicing and doing everything right to get their listings as perfect as possible and finding the right products. That is very important. Like I said, a lot of things sell on Amazon. A lot of products sell on Amazon. But if you don't know how to optimize it, you'll never be seen. If you don't have the right keywords, you'll never be seen. If you don't put it in the right category, you'll never be seen. You may, and you may be on page 235 and you'll know it. And if you're not sitting there doing campaigns, automatic campaigns or manual campaigns, and I talked about that too. I have an automatic 10-cent campaign that I started I think that was probably about 10 months now that I ran that automatic campaign, and I showed you that on my video, how to run an automatic campaign, 10-cent campaign. I spent less than $2,000 on that campaign at $100 a day as my budget. How is that possible? It's impossible to draw up $100 a day on 10 cents. It's impossible to do that. Amazon, it's impossible. To make a long story short, I spent $2,000 in 9 months. I've done $30,000 in sales on that 10-cent automatic campaign. And that's, my friend, is free. That you can put that out there, and all my students do it. They do that automatic 10 cent campaign. I show you how to set it up. I show you how to do that. That's in my course. Now, so Dave says, I think Dave says, how to get to the course itself. Very easy. You can go to TechDaddyVideos.com and go into our products, go into my products, and pick a course. And the course is right there waiting for you. That's how easy it is. And once you do that and you pay for the course, you automatically get a username, a password. You log in, you're done. You can watch videos anytime you want. And here's the beauty is, if you have a question, if you're stuck on something, you can call me. 626-225-3002. That is my phone number. That is my hotline. You can call that number and ask me a question, and I do answer my phone. And if I don't answer, it's because I'm busy. All you need to do, very simple, leave me a voicemail. I don't know how many people call me and they don't leave a voicemail, and they expect me to call them back when I don't have a number to call them back. And I will call you back as soon as I can. It's just that's how it works. Um, Illinois Pickers, uh, yeah, Illinois Picker says, also, if I may add something, it is important to be flexible in your business and make changes when necessary. Adapt and perish. I have lived by this principle. Good point. Good point. And you know, there's people here that there's some sellers that just they fuel off of what the next trend is, and that's no different than an experienced seller will sit there and go, oh, okay, we have a virus in Italy, we have a virus in China, it's spreading. I know what I got to buy. And they get on it and they're buying it and they're getting it here quicker than when it gets here. And so gloves, mask, what have you, you know, those are selling like hotcakes for the people that went in. But then Amazon says, well, wait a minute, we need this, the government needs this, or we're going to shut these people down. And sure enough, that's what happened. So a lot of them are going out there on eBay and selling them on eBay, offer up, all these other places, Shopify, there's a lot of other, Facebook, you just see them all over the place, and I think of these, I really do. I think of these as spinners, as the fidget spinners. When the fidget spinners were hot and doing quite well, and I did quite well on those too. I sold those too, and those I think of it as that. When I started this business and when I got into this business, I was selling wholesale. I was selling pellets. And my story, this is my story. I'm going to be real quick on this. Is I made my first $10,000 by selling pellets wholesale, and I bought broken parts. And I'm here in Los Angeles, went out and bought broken parts by the pellets, and I started taking them apart. I sold the Keurig coffee makers. Those are running $150 per unit on Amazon. I remember that clearly. Everybody was selling these, but nobody was selling parts. So what I did is I got all the product, all the Keurig coffee makers that were coming from for returns. They were coming from Walmart, Target, Sears, all these other places, taking them over here to the warehouse. And this guy couldn't even get rid of them because they were broken parts. I turned around and said, I'll take them. You give me a good deal. He was selling pellets $650 per pellet. People were out there in line waiting to buy these. I said, how much for the broken pellet right there? And he said, 200 each pellet. He had a whole bunch of them. I bought semi tractor trailer full, 16 pellets, filled them up, sent them to the warehouse, hired some people, broke everything down. The Keurig coffee makers I was selling by parts. That was my niche. This was what made me tons and tons of money, was selling broken parts, brand new. Whatever parts that were broken, got rid of. But if it was the reservoir, I was selling that for 60 bucks. For the little water reservoir, the handle for the Keurig coffee maker, I was selling that for $35. And by the time that I got done with it, I was selling more products piece by piece, whether it was the screws or the ribbon or the computer on the Keurig, on the display. I was selling those, and I made a lot more than $150 per unit for that. And that got my start. That's where I started making money. That's my story. This is me 13 years ago. And I always look for parts, broken parts, and the supply and the demand. That's where I made a lot of money, because the supply was there. I was able to get the broken parts. I was able to do that. But Amazon, nobody was selling broken parts. Nobody was selling these parts. They were just selling everything whole. And I couldn't even keep them on Amazon's shelf. Literally, as soon as I put up a listing, sold. And I was like, man, maybe I'll raise the price another $3. Sure did. Raise the price another $3. Sold. Not even an hour would go by and I would sell products. I knew I had a popular product, and I went back and I turned around and I said, give me all the pellets you have for that. And he gave me such a great deal on it, and I made so much money on it. But that was my story, guys. This is where I made my money, is by getting into a different type of niche. I didn't get into the beauty niche. I didn't get into the kitchen niche, or the industrial niche. I got into the broken part niche, where I took that and literally sold it. I even sold these um, these keyboards, and I would take the R off or take this space off and sell them individually. And I did that on eBay. And I was out, and that's where I started on eBay. So I sold on eBay before I did on Amazon, and I made 10 times more on Amazon than I did eBay. And I sat there and I said, you know what? This is it right here. And I've been here ever since, guys. Been here ever since. This is it. So, wow. I'm sorry. I've been talking for a whole hour. I really have. So I'm going to call it a night, guys. I really appreciate that. To break it down for you, to really, really break it down for you, to make that $10,000 a month selling on Amazon, look at your product, pick a good product, make sure that you pick a great category to put it in. Check out your competition. You got to do your homework. You got to go out there and make sure that you do your homework before you buy any products at all. And if you do that, and then you don't buy thousands and thousands of products, okay? You start with 100 units to 200 units. You test them out. You try them out. You do that, and you won't go wrong. If you get burned, you got burned on 100 units, not 5,000 like the Chinese suppliers or any other supplier overseas wants to sell you. Remember, you can always say no, okay? Nowadays, you buy products, you get them shipped by air. It is cheaper than sending them by boat. Right now, it is 90 days out for the products to get from overseas to the port, because there are boats that are literally sitting out there and waiting to get docked and waiting to get unloaded because of everything that's been going on. Everything has been put back, and that is here throughout the whole US. Okay. And so if I could sit there and tell you guys, that's what I would do. I would take a look at that, get those products. If you can do merchant fulfilled, do merchant fulfilled, get them out to your customer as quickly as possible. Send them into Amazon's FBA later if you can. Get that taken care of. And make sure that you run automatic campaigns when you first start out. If you're brand new to selling on Amazon, never, never, never do a manual campaign unless you want to waste all your money. Always run an automatic campaign. Try my automatic 10-cent campaign out. You will be pleased. I'm telling you, there are a lot of my members that are doing my automatic 10-cent campaign right now and making money just on that right there. So with that being said, I'm hopefully I gave you guys a lot of good information today. I appreciate the thumbs up. And listen, I really don't like to go and throw money around and show money. That's just not me. But I had to do it tonight because I wanted to prove something to you guys. I really did. And I wanted to prove it to the guy who said, can you still make money selling on Amazon? Yes, you can. You can definitely still make money. Now, with this being me finishing up on this video right here, I appreciate that. Illinois Picker, another tip for new sellers: don't get discouraged about being gated or restricted in certain categories. There are plenty that you can start in. Absolutely. You can start in industrial, you can start in jewelry, you can start in other categories that are ungated that you can make money, arts and crafts, and so forth. There's a lot of other categories that you can get into. Illinois, one more question. Henry, I'm running 22% ad cost on my 10-cent campaign, watching it and doing well. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right. With that being said, after this video is over, I'm going to, in the description, I'm going to go ahead and I don't know if this is going to be a mistake on my part. I really don't. I'm going to put in my Zoom ID number. And for the first 100 people tomorrow, it starts at 4 o'clock tomorrow, which tomorrow is going to be April 14th. April 14th. Yeah, April 14th on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. I will open it up at 3:30. I will open it up, and for those of you that come in, only the first 100 coming in. After that, you will not be able to come in. But I will continue to post the new times on this video right here for future Zoom meetings. And for those of you that are new to selling on Amazon and want some advice, that is a good way to get onto a one-on-one with me and ask the questions that you want to ask, and I can answer them for you. Also, I might even have a few other Zoom meetings where I can put them onto my website or something. Who knows? Still got to figure that out. And for those of you that are members, don't worry about you not having a Zoom meeting. You guys will have a Zoom meeting on a special day, and it's going to be set for that time. If you are not an A to Z member and you want to sign up for my course, visit TechDaddyVideos.com. You can sign up under that. You automatically will get in. I will send you the notification. You will know when we have the private Zoom meetings for members only. And when I say private, it's private to members that have purchased my Amazon A to Z course. They get in and they get the training. That is going to be on a weekly basis if we can get that done. All right, guys. Man, thank you guys for coming up. I really appreciate it. I thank you guys for the thumbs up. And for those of you that gave me the thumbs down, well, you know, hey, what can I say? You giving your honest opinion. I appreciate that. I respect that. Thank you very much anyway. I'll see you guys on the next video. And give me a few minutes. I will be posting the Zoom meeting for that. Once again, you guys have a good night. Thank you for all the questions, and we will see you guys next Monday on the next video. See ya. Peace.